So I promise that the thumbnail wasn't trying to clickbait you or anything like that, but I was looking for a picture for the Twi'lek race, and there was definitely some weird stuff on Google. I'll leave that up to you guys to do after the video, but that was probably the most YouTube-friendly picture I could find. So yeah, there's some crazy pictures of the Twi'lek race out there. But anyways, we're gonna be doing the character spotlight for the Twi'lek. You guys told me that's how you say it, Twi'lek, like Twilight apparently. I said Twi'lek, something like that. I said something stupid. I heard another YouTuber say Twi'lek, and I thought they would know what they were talking about, but clearly not, I guess. But we'll learn as we go on how to say these races. So anyways, a lot of people have been telling me, Drew, do you know that these are races? Like, for example, the Rodian race. Yeah, I know, guys. Like, I understand that they're races and that they're not specific people in the movies. I just wanted to make a point that Greedo was Rodian, and that was just kind of my point. Anyways, I actually met a viewer in here who watched my video on how to get fast XP. I saw him running around rocking the Shadow Trooper, so obviously he used the video. He was like, yo, thanks for the video, appreciate it. It was kind of nice to meet somebody in here. But anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about the character first. There's not too much to talk about. You get her at level 50. She costs 17,000, and I don't know, it's just like, I think you unlock 3 other characters at the level 50 as well. Only one on the Imperial side, which is the Shadow Trooper, and then I forget the other 2. There's like the squid head guy and the alien. We'll figure out a little bit later what those are called. But I wanted to get this up on YouTube quickly as possible because I know some of you guys are grinding to 50. I wanted to show you one of the characters that you end up getting at level 50. And I want to talk a little bit about Droid Run because, as you guys can see, I really enjoy Droid Run. And I've been playing a lot solo recently because a lot of my friends kind of stopped playing this game, mostly because they didn't really put the time into it when it first came out to improve. So they're kind of just playing it here and there, whereas I've been just straight nerding. Like, even when they're not online, I'm playing constantly whenever I'm, you know, feeling to play some video games. And I think the amount of time that I've put in has really paid off with how good I've gotten, especially on PC, because I feel like mouse and keyboard is the most unforgiving thing ever. Like, if you don't put the time and effort into improving in a game on PC, there's other people who are just gonna get better than you. And I think that's kind of what I've done. I've just put so much time in it, like so much time into this game. I say time because I think I got like 42 hours into it already. It's to a point where I feel like I can almost outplay anybody in a given situation. Now, there are some annoying things. Sometimes you come across these teams that are constantly using explosives. Now, you can come across someone who has the, I forget what it's called, the three grenade shot weapon, which is a gold card. Is it explosive shot? I think it's called the explosive shot. And then they'll have an impact grenade and a thermal grenade as well. So, like, they have so many explosives. There's actually a card, or a trait rather, that you take reduced damage to explosives. I actually bought that today because it hit a point where we were playing a team that was just constantly using, and watch this outplay right here. You guys like this? Pretending I don't know where he is. Boom! Gotcha, buddy. Gotcha. I'm actually using Scout in this video here, which is the not being able to be seen when you're sprinting. I thought this would be a really good trait to fit my playstyle, specifically just because I'm such a run and gun type of player. I'm always running around the map trying to make things happen for my team. So I thought Scout was pretty good, but I think I'm going to start throwing on the I think it's called Bodyguard. I'm going to start throwing that on to get reduced damage from explosives, just because there's some teams that you come across where they're just stacking grenades, and it will really help when you're capping, especially if you run the personal shield, because if you run the personal shield, it only really stops damage from blasters. It doesn't stop like the splash damage from grenades or anything like that. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be making a ton of videos ton of videos talking, you know, we're going to be breaking down weapons, we're going to be breaking down hop-up spots, we're going to be breaking down strategies. I have so many things to teach you guys about this game, just because I've put so much time into it. There's that word again, time. Anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about Droid Run. I kind of got sidetracked, but I think Droid Run is a really fun game mode, but I think it's flawed just a bit. Now, the overall, like, push-pull of this game mode is kind of non-existent. Like, I feel like you don't really get rewarded for having multiple droids. Like, for example, in like Call of Duty or Domination, every second you cap points depending on how many like points you have on the map. So say if we had 2 droids and they had 1, every second we would be capping 1 more point than them. Well, this isn't how this works. Either you capture every single droid for 20 seconds, or you pretty much have to wait until the time runs out, and then it's pretty much just up to who gets better spawns so that they can run to the droid. I think a good fix for this would be, if it's tied 1 droid to 1 droid, and the middle one is getting capped, right when it hits 0, and I want to hear in the comment section what you guys think of this. Right when it hits 0, I think that the one droid that's not being captured should automatically go neutral, no matter who's capping it. Okay? It should go neutral, and then there should be a fight for the final droid, like a big brawl for the final droid. So everyone's going to be going for the one at the end. And I think that would make it more skill-based, because you could run strategies around that. Whereas right now, when it comes down to whoever has like 2 hills, sometimes, you know, one team has 1, and the other team's got the other droid. If I say hill, I mean droid. You guys know what I mean. So if you have 1 point captured on your team, and then they have a point captured, and then the one in the middle is just kind of up to whoever gets better spawns. And I think randomness is never good for a game mode like this. Obviously, if you're running a full team, when we run a full team, you can communicate. You can usually win these by capping all 3 points. But if you're playing solo, it's almost impossible, as you guys are going to see here. We end up losing this game. I'm just running around the map rampant, doing everything I possibly can to try to clear people off the droids and to capture the droids as much as possible. You guys are going to see I did everything in my power. Of course, we had no communication because I was playing solo, but I just wanted to run that idea by you guys and see what you guys have to say. I've noticed that Droid Run has been one of my favorite game modes. I think when the game first came out, my favorite was Heroes vs. Villains, because I really liked how each individual hero or villain had kind of a role, kind of like in League of Legends, or what else? I guess Dota, or I guess Overwatch too. I like it when players have roles, like Princess Leia and Palpatine. They're like supports. They have crowd control, which is like, you know, they have stuns, and then they also have AoE that helps with certain things, and they drop health, so they're basically support characters. And then you have like the Han Solo and the Boba Fett, who are like the AD carries. If you play League, you guys will know what that means, where they do high amounts of damage at range, but can be killed really quickly, don't have really any defensive maneuvers, besides, you know, Boba Fett just flying away. And then you have like the Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker that are kind of like the tanky melee characters that can go up and tank a lot of damage by blocking and rejecting and you know, killing anybody who really comes in their path. But, you know, their lack of mobility, you know, it kind of hurts them. So I feel like every single role has like positive sides and negative sides, and I feel like it balances out and makes for a really good teamwork game. But things like cargo, I thought cargo was going to be really fun. The game plays a bit weird just because of the spots that they chose to put the cargo areas. They're just very easy to camp, and I feel like that also is another game mode that you kind of need a full team to run. So let me know in the comment section below what your favorite game modes are, and what do you think of my idea about Droid Run? Do you think this would make Droid Run better, or do you like the way Droid Run is now? Because I feel like there's not that many people playing Droid Run, because it almost seems like you play mindlessly for 10 minutes. Everyone plays like cat and mouse. They cap a point, you cap a point, and then we cap the point that they capped, and then they go back and cap that point. It's like a wild goose chase for 10 minutes, and then it ends up being like the final fight is where it actually matters. So I just thought that that would be a pretty good fix for the situation. You guys are gonna see here, like most of the game, we had two points captured, and here I go. I'm pushing up for B. We have B, and I'm kind of just watching C because my entire team was watching B, and I see this other dude watching C, and I'm like, oh shit, like, you know, I was just gonna watch this, but of course we have no communication. So by the time I take this guy out at C, they cap B, and boom, we lost. I don't know. I just think it's a bit frustrating at times how much randomness there is to this game mode, although I love it to death. A lot of people are just really into Walker Assault, and I like Walker Assault, but I feel like it's just a little bit too hectic for me with the 20 versus 20, and, you know, you could just be getting teammates the entire time that just aren't doing the objective, so it's super frustrating. But anyways, hope you guys like the Twi'lek character spotlight. And if you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop the video a like, helps me out, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care, everybody.